Hey, Shalom Israel. I'm back, you know. Hey, something on my heart so serious right now. It's like, I don't know, Dred. It's like amazing. This just the most I waking up his people all over, you know. All over the world. Like I said, I've been in this truth for about 8 years. And just lately, you know. I mean, roughly about, let's say a year and a half ago, I've came into understanding that when we came out of Africa, right? When our ancestors was taken out of Africa actually by the transatlantic slave trade, during the transatlantic slave trade, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. I remember reading some scriptures in the Bible, like especially in the Apocrypha, where it say that we was not allowed to keep our own feast days and our culture, and we was not allowed to profess that we were Jews. Okay, or unless we would be killed. Now, I must say that's the same exact thing what was happening to our ancestors in the transatlantic slave trade. They couldn't keep their original religion. Okay? And the hurtful thing is, what I came to realize is that they demonize our religion. They demonize our so-called religion, which is our culture. The way that the Most High wanted us to live and to serve Him. Our culture was outright, you see what I'm saying, disrespected and demonized. Up to this day, that to the point, you have black people who really don't want to have nothing to do with their culture. Whether you from America, whether you from Caribbean, or wherever the Americas scattered around, wherever a lot of our people, we took on cultures such as Christianity, Islam, some of us even in Judaism. You see what I'm saying? I personally feel like coming into the Hebrew Israelite faith, it's more like coming into a Judaism faith. That, I mean, you know, I just realized, and it's really and truly, that's not saying that I'm not an Israelite, I ain't gonna call myself an Israelite. Yeah, man, I am an Israelite. But sitting back and realize it, you have black people that had cultures or religion that were forced upon them, such as Christianity, like I said, Islam. They didn't force really Judaism on us, you know. But a lot of us took it by ourselves. We woke up and we realized who we were. And it's not that I'm saying that we are Jew, we follow in Judaism, because that's pagan religion. Them people, they circumcise their babies with their mouth. You see what I'm saying? They cut it with a little knife, they cut the skin with a knife and suck that blood out with their lips. I can't say they call themselves priests or whatever they call themselves. But at the end of the day, man, the truth is that it's amazing how our culture was demonized under slavery, man. And it followed us as children up to this day as an Israelite. I wouldn't say I still look at it as a bad religion, but it has amazed me, man. It's been so much years that these people was telling us our culture was wrong and this and that, bro. But when you look at the culture that the people are keeping, it's the same exact culture of the Torah. You see what I'm saying? They would say these people doing voodoo, these people doing Santeria. You see what I'm saying, bro? And this now, I wonder why, like, let's say about 3-4 years ago, I started to study about this Egyptology thing, you know. And I used to watch video with Israelites versus Pan-Africanism. You see what I'm saying? Israelites versus Egyptologists. And honestly, it never really makes sense to me, because every time I listen, as a person, I try to listen carefully. Every time I listen, I keep listening. And it seemed to me that they saying the same thing. You know, most Egyptologists, they telling the Israelites, their brothers them that, look here, bro, your religion was stolen or hijacked from Egypt or from African people and this and that, right? All right, this was the Pan-Africanism people saying, the Egyptologists one saying, and these were black people who just coming back into a knowledge of sense, you know, of self, knowing who they are, at least to a certain degree. Me personally, I feel like as Israelites, we fully understand who we are. But as those that call themselves Pan-Africanists or those who in African spirituality, I realize them people more spiritual than us. That's like it's like I watch a video with this brother Jonathan. You know, Jonathan, he's a Bantu brother from Africa, and he makes videos. And he was saying that y'all Israelites, y'all going up amongst these Egyptologist people, these brothers, and they cutting y'all hip. Now, I always said that, you know, bro. I was like, bro, these brothers, the moon Egyptology, they some smart brothers, you know. I was like, bro, if they ever approach me on the street, I wonder how I'll be able to deal with them while they're preaching about the Bible. And I keep studying and studying on it and studying on it until the Most High really reveal it to me, bro. I personally feel, even since, I mean, it's the first time I studying on it, I was like, bro, I don't think we should be fighting, because it seemed to me that what them brothers saying is that the Bible is a plagiarized book. It was hijacked from Egypt or what's not. The book belonged to our ancestors or whatever, but they saying they don't believe in the book. That don't make no sense to me. If it's our book and it was hijacked, it's our book. It was plagiarized. Meaning, what plagiarism means again? What it say? It mean that how you say it? Someone stole somebody else's work and claim it to be their own. Okay, all you got to do is take the Bible and know it's your book. Don't think of the Bible as it being a white man book. You admit that the book. Our people always admitting that this book is a black man book. This book was plagiarized. We admit this, and yet we still say that it's a white man book. That is illusion. Now, the reason I have to bring this up is because those who waking up in African spirituality, those who dealing with so-called Egyptology, they have somewhat of the same concept of serving God. Okay? If you understand what I'm saying, they have somewhat of the same concept of serving the Most High. Example, the Bible speak of the Creator and the Creator having a son. Okay? African spirituality, the same thing. Whether you're dealing with so-called voodoo, okay, whether you're dealing with so-called Santeria, whether you're dealing with pagan Egyptology. You see what I'm saying? I realize Egyptology worse than all though. Even though it makes sense, I understand what they be saying, man. But they have, number one, they have too much different gods who doesn't line up with the same exact pantheon of those of the African spirituality. Alright, because if you know what pantheon is, which is the divine council, the Bible speaks of something which is the divine council of the Most High. The Most High have gods up in the heavens helping him. He has spirits up there helping him. He has a son up there helping him. Okay, Yahweh Shai. He also have his saints up there helping him. His saints. The Most High have saints up there. Because when you die, this is what the Bible teaches, man. That's real talk. Your spirit goes back to the Most High that gave it. In other words, your soul go back. But your flesh is underground. Your flesh stays underground. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, in other words. You see what I'm saying? So, what this is saying is that Malachi, stay in the wrong place, my son. What it's saying is that when you die, your spirit literally go back to the Most High. Now, I don't know if I can put this video up right now. I hope I'm making some sense with this, But it says that when you die, the Bible teaches when you die, your spirit goes back to the Most High. In African spirituality, it's the same exact thing. When you die, not everybody now. I'm telling you, you got to live a righteous life according to the Bible and according to African spirituality. Now, this African spirituality thing is the same exact religion our ancestors had that was beaten out of them during the transatlantic slave trade and during slavery in general. Y'all go in there and close the door, please. Okay? It was beaten out of us. It was demonized, telling us, don't keep this culture no more, don't keep this religion no more, to the point that our ancestors had to hide it. They had to worship in the bush and thing. You see me? Man, these people really taught us that our religion was false. Richard, they brought us a book, a Bible, and we wasn't allowed to read our own Bible. They tell us that you can't read it, but they will open the book and say, look what the Bible say. Slaves, obey your masters. At the same time, they pushing this white Jesus in our face, saying, this is your God, this is your God. Israel, come on, man. Listen carefully what's going on, Our people already had our culture, We got to stop, we got to wake up and know who we are. I don't think that people in African spirituality should be fighting against Israelites. I think we are what the Bible called in the book of Revelation chapter 11. The Bible called us the two olive trees or the two candlesticks. You see what I'm saying? I think we are the Israelites who are waking up to the understanding of as being Israelites, and those that are waking up or returning back to the spirituality of their ancestors who came over on transatlantic slave trade. Go away, please. Close the door. I'm doing something, please. Okay? So, they returning back to something, and we returning back to something. And then you see us on the street fighting among one another. That's illusion. These people are supposed to come together, and I promise you, I personally feel like this is what's going on. Israel, or the Israelites, us, the ones who waking up knowing that we Israelites, according to the Bible and using the book to prove this, we waking up into knowledge. You see what I'm saying? We very wise, and we know the laws. You see what I'm saying? We know them commandments. But you have those who waking up or returning back to spirituality, these people waking up to wisdom, in other words to knowledge, but not only knowledge, but they waking up, their spirit fully is waking up. As Israelites, I feel like a lot of our spirits ain't waking up. We don't know ourselves spiritually. This is something that has to change among Israelites. We gotta get spiritual. Like I said, my brother Jonathan, he was saying that he tired of seeing these Israelites go up against these Kemet brothers and getting a double S kick. You see what I'm saying? Because those brothers, they on a different spiritual level that the Israelites ain't even reached yet. Israelites don't even know that. Look here, I don't want to say that. Everything blessed. At the end of the day, we gotta acknowledge who we are, man. You see what I'm saying? Our people still keeping the commandments of God. You know, when I talk about they keeping the Torah to the T. We as Israelites, we just returning back to this. When a person in African spirituality wake up, that's what I'm trying to say. They actually waking up to the Torah and without even realizing. They keep the commandments like mad. Just look like how the people dress. You see what I'm saying? Let them break down their spirituality to you, and then you'll understand. The premise that I receive and understand that I receive from African spirituality is that so amazing. Is that yes, people scared of it because they don't understand that there's many gods. That's understandable. Israel was a people. God was so mad at us because we would put other gods before him. You see what I'm saying? In African spirituality, they don't put no one before the Creator. And they have different name for the Creator because of language barrier. That's why I don't fight over language no more. Or in other words, name. You see what I'm saying? But all Bantu Israelites or all Bantu people that are in Africa who dealing with African spirituality, these people, you see what I'm saying? These people have one God as the Creator. In other words, they believe in one supreme being and they only fear one supreme being. If you type it in, they actually believe their religion is a monotheistic religion. It's the same religion the Israelites had, you know. You see what I'm saying? So, example, when you read Daniel 2:11, I think it speak about Daniel having the spirit of the holy gods. That's the same exact thing with those that are in African spirituality. That's what they call it. They call it gods. They call it the lower gods that are under the Most High Creator. They help the Creator with His creation. All right. I know a lot of people mightn't accept this, but ask questions. Don't just jump to conclusion or whatever. Ask questions. Ask some more questions. I'll be more than happy to explain further in depth. But let me just continue. Yeah, they have a concept in which there are many gods. You understand? But there's one supreme God, and all other gods are insubordinate to the one supreme power, which is Yahweh. All right. Whether they call him Bundye, and I think in Nigeria they call him Chukwu or something like that. Chikwi. What else? Mau in other parts. But this is the same exact God. All right. Don't let the name barrier because they call him the Creator. There's only one Creator. You see what I'm saying? It ain't more than one. That's what we gotta really put our mind to and stop fighting one another. We gotta come together and learn from one another. That's what I feel like. Those in African spirituality, they must learn from Israelites, at least the concept and at least the history that we went through. And us, we gotta learn spirituality from these people. All right, how to be more spiritual and how to fight and combat demons. We don't know this, bro. All right, we think it ain't all about jumping on the knee and praying. It ain't like that, bro. It ain't like that. We gotta come back to our culture, bro. As Hebrew Israelites, the Most High turned all of us into priests. It ain't just one man who's no priest no more. That's a whole nation of priesthood. You see what I'm saying? Prophetess. All right. Our elders among Africa, right? The culture still there, you know. These people have the same concept of the Bible. They keep the Torah to the T. I talk about to the T. Man, I freak right out when I really broke this down. I really sit back and like, what? How that's possible? How in the world I thought these people was worshiping devil or something like that? But really and truly, these people are actually worshiping the Most High Creator. They don't worship no demigods or no lower gods, you know. They acknowledge them for what they are. For example, God have the Most High power, Yahweh. He has a spirit that controls, for example, the rain. He has a spirit that controls earthquakes or whatever the case may be. But in Africa, they call them, in African spirituality, we call them either spirits or gods, lower gods that are in charge of specific things. The Bible teaches the same exact thing. Like I said, Daniel 2:11, Daniel had the spirit of the holy gods. The word God itself means Elohim. The Bible always speak about the mighty ones. The Bible says that God sits, for God sits above the other gods. You see what I'm saying? It's like when you understand how a court system is run, right? Or in the House of Senate, you have the Speaker of the House, you have the Speaker of the House, and then you get all these other people that's lower than him. You see what I'm saying? And then you have the Prime Minister. That's how a government run. And for example, in order to get to the Prime Minister, you must get to someone that is under him. Same thing with Christ. In order to get to Christ, in order to get to the Most High, you got to go through Christ. You see what I'm saying? Same thing in African spirituality. In order to get the Most High, there is someone always in every African spirituality religion. There is someone that's always under their supreme God, whatever they use the name as. For example, in Nigeria or among the Yoruba people, all right, they call the supreme God. When they call the God that is under the supreme God, they call him Eshu or Eshu Legba. You see what I'm saying? That's the same exact, and he is actually a God, but he hides in the rest of gods that are in the heavens with the Most High, and that's how they teach it. That's the same thing the Bible teach. The Bible teaches there's one person that's under the Most High Creator, and that's Yahweh. That's Yahweh Shai, who the world literally called Jesus Christ. So in order to get to the Most High, you must go through Yahweh Shai, but in Africa they call him Legba, or all kind of different names for different Bantu tribal group, because it's just different names. It's the same exact concept, the same precept, the same principle, I should say. You see what I'm saying? That you have one God, then there's someone below him. Don't let the names confuse you. We don't use the name Jesus, but Christians use that. But we acknowledge that the same Jesus is the same Yahweh Shai. So the same Legba, or like how some people in West Africa, Ghana, they call him, or Haiti and all, they call him Papa Legba. Alright? And he is the gate opener. Just exactly what Christ says, you know. Hey, this thing goes so deep. But the thing is, at the end of the day, these people have the same knowledge that we have, but more in a spiritual sense. They don't need a book to teach them this. This is cultural thing that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation, because the book was stolen from us in 70 AD when the Romans came and sacked Jerusalem. I hope I'm making this video make little sense. I can cut it soon. I'm going to cut this right now anyway. So, our ancestors in Africa, we lost the book. You know, the white man came and brought our book right back to us. But they taught us it in a Gentile sense of mind. And they took out so much parts of the book. You know, they took out so much things, they add so much things. And when the book was translated, when the book was translated in different languages, that became a barrier. Come a little more. That became a barrier and an impediment to our understanding. Right nowadays, a lot of people don't realize this book is our book because the way it was translated. Alright, we don't see ourselves in the book. But the people in Africa, they didn't never need the book. The Most High was always with them. The Most High never left them. He's saying he never left them, you know. He said he can never leave us. So, nor forsake us. So he never left nor forsake us. If we believe in the Bible, we should understand that that's true. If all the millions of people in Africa and all of them have one religion, what they call different things, but it all falls under the same category as African spirituality, we should acknowledge the fact that that should be the same exact religion that our people was keeping in ancient Israel. God said he can leave us. And among the Bantu people, we have one specific religion, and which is what we call an indigenous religion. Okay, a lot of people around the world had somewhat a religion like this, but they don't worship the Most High the way we worship the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The whole ancient world, Mesopotamia, all of even among the native Indians and among Chinese people, all of them had the same concept that there was one supreme God and a bunch of demigods under him. That's in control. That's in control of the daily life of men, or that's in control of the earth itself. And nature, okay? Because it's a spiritual thing, man, family. You see? So, but they did not have a Christ, a witness. They did not have somebody under the supreme God. Only us mainly would want to have a supreme God, and then a son will come up under him. only Bantus, only Negroes, only Israelites. Therefore, Christ became our patron deity of our nation. But God, is our Father. Yahweh is our Father. Everyone acknowledge Yahweh, or will know that Yahweh is, they call him different names in different cultures, different part around the world. Alright? But everyone know that he is the original main God. They just don't serve him. Only Israel is serving. You see me? Only Israel was given the authority to serve him. These people, they can serve him now. A lot of people were serving him, acknowledging him at least, but those people were not the people. So whatever occurrences on the earth were to take place, the Most High ain't really working through those people, he's working through his people. I'm gonna just cut this video right here. You know what I mean? Hopefully any comments or whatever, just let me know, guys. But at the end of the day, we as Israelites, we gotta come back to the Torah for real, for real, for real. And I can let y'all know. Anyhow, I'm gonna leave it right there. Anyhow, all praises shalom. Everyone be strong. Yeah. Any questions? Just leave it up under the bottom. Leave it up under the comment section, and I'll be delighted to answer you back. All right. All praises shalom.